I don't know who needs to hear this today, but stop expecting people who do not even like themselves to like you. Nothing triggers somebody who hates themselves more than someone who doesn't. That's why they're always trying to humble people who actually like themselves. Oh, you think you're better than me? Oh, you think... No, you think I'm better than you. And that's why you're mad. Oh, you better come down off your high horse. Do you know how long it took me to get up here? I was my own biggest hater for so long. It took me years to love and accept myself for who I am. Authenticity really triggers the inauthentic. But keep triggering them, babe.
If you're someone that people always tend to hate and you don't know why, you're like, I'm such a good person, I'm so nice, I'm so kind, I'm so loving, I'm so giving, why do they hate me? Let me break this down for you. Number one, most likely you're an authentic being. You're operating from your truest self. You live on a high frequency. You do things for others out of the goodness of your heart. And this is going to be hard for you to understand, but there's a lot of people out here who do not live like that. They don't think like that. They're very transactional. So when they come into your world and your orbit and you're giving out of the goodness of their heart, they feel shown up because they would have never done that. They're like, I'm not trying to give to nobody and not get anything behind. Am I stupid? Oh, wait. It's the same idea where a lot of people hate people who volunteer, who give back. You know, think about what they did to Jesus. Oh, so you're giving back and you loving on other people you don't even know. I don't even love the people I do know. I don't even love my own kids. You make them feel bad about themselves and their character. Two, you most likely have a lot of potential. You have natural abilities. People gravitate towards you. People see that. People are attracted to who you are, and what you radiate is internal. A lot of people need external things, status, cars, fashion, drip, this and that to get attention. They can't just walk in a room, be themselves, wear what they want, be what they are. They have to follow the trends. They don't set the trends. So when you are this person and you, again, are being yourself, it's going to piss people off. Three, most likely you are highly, extremely, and very resilient. You've been through a lot of pain, suffering, trauma, setbacks, but it has not held you back. There's a lot of people who know your story and know your journey, and they're like, damn, that would have taken me out. I don't even know how they still up. People don't like that. People don't like to see the fact that you've been through so much and you got back on your 2 feet and kept it moving. People don't like that, especially if they know you. They may be okay to hear about it from a celebrity or a friend of a friend of a friend, but when they're in your circle and they come from similar circumstances and they can see that everything you went through, you were just a seed in the ground. Yes, you went down, but you're sprouting up. Them don't want to see that at all. Okay? So if you have these three factors and you're pissing people off and you don't know why, I hope I gave you a little insight, because you are a blessing and don't let anyone rain on your parade. Okay? Period.
Let me say something that might sting just a little, but only because it's true. If you've ever sat there wondering, why do people seem weirdly irritated by me, even though you're not doing anything wrong? Congratulations, you might be the problem. And by problem, I mean you're real.
Someone could have a bigger house than you, a nicer car than you, a better career than you, and still be jealous of you. Still be a hater on your life and the way you choose to show up. When you're authentic within yourself, it actually triggers them, and it feels like an attack on them and their own personal life because they don't have the courage to live in their truth to begin with. So don't ever feel bad if somebody's attacking you and putting you down, because actually it's a compliment. They see you as a threat, even though they have more than you, because they can't fathom how you have the confidence to show up as your authentic and true self.
When you motherfucking real with yourself, a lot of people gonna have a lot of misdirected anger and hatred towards you, because your existence, you simply existing, triggers their fragile ego. These motherfuckers can be putting up with all kind of abusive shit from people. They can be people pleasers. They can be letting any and everybody do their ass dirt. But instead of them directing that energy towards them people that's doing them dirt, they gonna come for you because you are a reflection of everything these motherfuckers wish they could be. That's the number one indicator that you are that you it. You ain't got to be doing a motherfucking thing. You ain't got to do nothing to them physically, mentally, and emotionally, and they'll still try to fuck you over. Keep telling the truth on their ass. Keep your foot on their motherfucking necks.
Some people are going to hate you because you see right through their bullshit. You see, they know they can't fool you, and that makes them very uncomfortable. Your clarity becomes their insecurity. Many people are living behind facades, right? They're pretending to be something they're not. They're just keeping up appearances. So when you see through them, it's like holding up a mirror. They're getting a glimpse of the parts of themselves that they would rather keep hidden. They do not like what they see. And instead of reflecting, they're going to project their discomfort back as hostility towards you. And that's because authenticity will always threaten pretense. Real recognizes real. And fake people cannot stand that. If you are someone who operates from integrity, honesty, and emotional intelligence, that will automatically trigger the people who don't. Fake people cannot stand to see an authentic person come in. They will always perceive your authenticity as judgment, even when you're just being yourself. You see, a lot of people are walking around hiding behind an image that they've crafted to gain sympathy, status, or validation. And when you see right through that bullshit, when you don't buy that narrative that they're trying to sell to other people, they see you as dangerous. Not because you've done something wrong, but because you can't be fooled. Because they cannot deceive you the same way they have deceived the others. Your discernment will always trigger fake people. They cannot control, impress, or mislead you. And that is enough to make them resent you.
I feel like if everybody likes you, then you're not being your true authentic self, because there's no way that everybody can just glorify you and praise and worship you without you being some type of people pleaser, or like I said, you're not being your true authentic self. Because when you are truly authentic and you're walking and loving the skin you're in, you don't care to be liked, you don't care to be accepted, you stop being performative, you stop doing things to please other people, you just stop simply doing the most. And what I have realized is that's why when you are authentic and you do go around people who are used to fitting in, used to doing the most, used to performing, used to people pleasing, used to doing all these extra things, they look at you like the oddball. But to them, it's so intriguing and intimidating at the same time because they don't understand how you're so comfortable.
See,
in your
authenticity
own skin,
doesn't come with a warning label, but maybe it should. Because when you walk around being genuinely yourself, no mask, no performance, no audition for approval, it does something wild. It exposes the people who are exhausted from pretending. You're not loud, you're not trying to stand out, you're just unapologetically present, and that alone is enough to make some folks deeply uncomfortable.
To do what you're doing, and you got a problem with me. Does that make sense? So, understand that when you don't care to fit the part, you're always going to look unfamiliar to people who are comfortable with being familiar.
Authenticity is triggering, and a lot of people don't talk about how authenticity is very triggering to yourself. Not in the way that when you see people being authentic you get triggered. No, you get triggered in moments when you want to express yourself authentically and you completely shut down and you stop because of the fear of being seen, the fear of being perceived, the fear of being judged. Okay, perfect example of this is, let's say you're going out for a walk, you got your headphones in and your favorite song come on and that beat just drop, and inside you just want to dance, you want to move your hands, you want to do a little twerk, but you refrain from doing that. Why? Because you are afraid that people are going to see you and think you're weird. Every time that you stop yourself from expressing yourself authentically, you are reinforcing the belief that that you cannot express yourself, that it's weird to express yourself, that it's not a safe space for you to express yourself. This further takes you away from your creativity. The further you are away from your authenticity, the further you are away from expressing yourself, the further your creativity is pushed down, is suppressed. And that creativity is what lightens you up in this world. That creativity is what brings you closer to your peace and your happiness. It brings you closer to being in alignment with what is right for you. So the next time you find yourself wanting to dance in public or sing your favorite tune, even if your voice is crappy, do not let that feeling of suppression take hold of you. Express it, because your inner child is calling for your attention. And the more you do it, the more free you feel, and the less suppressed you will be. It's that feeling of holding you back will go away. Okay, bye.
When you are a 100% authentic person, you will repel people who are disingenuous. You will trigger people who do not know themselves. You have to be okay with that. Do not dim your shine because of the chatter of other people. Because at the end of the day, people will always talk. They will always have something to say about you and how you show up in the world. But all you have control over is knowing that you are showing up in the world 100% authentic and living in integrity and living in your truth. And the people who resonate with that, and the people who don't. And you can't give so much mind to either. You have to just be you. Just be authentic. It's the highest way to raise your frequency. Be yourself and fuck the people who don't fuck with that, because you want people in your life that are going to fuck with your authentic self, okay?
Here's the thing people don't like to admit. A lot of the world runs on transactions. I'll be nice if there's something in it for me. I'll show up if it benefits me. So when someone comes along who gives, loves, speaks, and exists without an agenda, it short-circuits the system. You become a walking reminder that not everyone is operating from scarcity, and that's triggering.
Nowadays, people are so used to an aesthetic that authenticity triggers them deeply. And this is why I say it takes a lot of devotion being authentically yourself. One of my favorite quotes of all time that I coined is that everybody is able, but not everybody is willing. And being authentic is one of them. Authenticity is more than just simply being yourself, expressing your ideas, and sharing your thoughts. It's standing in the fire, literally allowing yourself to be vulnerable, your past, the things that we've kept to ourselves, our stories that have led up to these chapters of success, all of it. You have to be willing to stand in it, to be comfortable in it, to be confident in it, and to understand that for as long as you understand yourself, nobody can misunderstand you. But back to my original point, social media nowadays has curated this lifestyle where everybody is so overly invested into celebrity culture. Like, everybody wants to do what a celebrity's doing. Everybody wants to wear what a celebrity's wearing. Everybody thinks that having materialistic things or having XYZ or, curating an image for social media means being authentic. No, not everybody has the devotion and the conviction to share their vulnerabilities on social media. And because a lot of people are not used to seeing authenticity, they're used to seeing an aesthetic, they don't know how to be themselves, because everything that they base their personality on derives from other people, other things outside of them. So when you are yourself in your pride confidently, it triggers them. And I had to learn that it's not on me. It's not my fault. It's not a me problem. It's them. And in fact, another thing that I say is that triggers are ultimately what leads us to truth. So me being authentic in my pride is bigger than me. It's a bigger purpose than just allowing my inner child to shine and lead over my ego, or allowing myself to be seen in a world, allowing what God has created me to be expressed. It's allowing that to inspire others to do the same.
You trigger people. The only reason why they're triggered by you is because you are so unapologetically you're authentic. Like, it's their own shadow that gets triggered in them. It's the version of them that wish they could be free. They wish they could be authentic and bold and express themselves freely. Okay, they're not hating on you, they're not triggered by you, they're triggered by themselves because they don't have the courage to do this, to be themselves in this society that we live in. So don't take it personal. It's not you. It's never been you. So do not let the people that doesn't see you for you, don't let it get to you, okay? It's not you, it's their shadows and their NPCs.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. You didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes genuine people trigger inauthentic people. And it actually makes a lot of sense if you really, really think about it. Those inauthentic people have to spend every day putting on a mask, trying to blend in and mold themselves to fit into the expectations of society, while you just live carefree. Your spirit is carefree. Who you are is carefree. You do what you want and you show up as your authentic self. And the crazy part, you're prospering authentically. You vibrate on a higher frequency. If you ever spent your days wondering, I don't understand why this person is being weird towards me, why they have secret animosity towards me, why they aren't being honest, maybe you're asking like, hey, what's wrong? That person isn't being real with you. It's because deep down they know they don't have a real issue with you. They have an issue with your authenticity. Say it again. Genuine people trigger inauthentic people.
The awakener archetype is someone who is very raw and authentic and knows who they are. Their role on this planet is to be a catalyst to awaken dormant energy. Sometimes that shows up as being a mirror, a trigger, and it's not always received well. Not all people are thrilled to look at themselves and start to heal the parts of them that need to be healed. They may run away from you, they may ghost you, they may ignore you, they may challenge you, they may compete with you. You may be triggering darker parts of them, and it feels very unfair as the awakener that you need to receive that lower vibrational energy. It isn't fair, and so you need to be aware of what's happening, and that as these lower vibrations erupt in others, it is for their own good. The issue becomes when it starts to affect you, when you start to look at yourself like something is wrong with you, or you did something wrong by showing up as yourself, and therefore next time you're going to just be a pick-me person or a yes person or just hide who you actually are. Understand that if someone can't tolerate you being the catalyst, they're really just running from themselves, and it's not a reflection of who you are, because you are a gift.
Also, let's talk about potential for a second. Some people need a costume, a title, a trend, or a highlight reel to feel important. Meanwhile, you walk in the room as yourself and somehow shift the atmosphere without even trying. That's not arrogance, that's alignment. And nothing rattles insecurity faster than someone who doesn't need permission to exist. And don't even get me started on resilience. You've been through things that should have flattened you, things that would have been a permanent excuse for someone else. Yet here you are, still soft, still laughing, still open. To some people, that's inspiring. To others, it's offensive, because your survival forces them to confront their own decision to stay stuck.
When you finally accept that you're different, you can start to shine in the light, in the aura that was genuinely meant for you. Like, you can take your rightful place as the unique person that you are. But be mindful that once you accept that you're different, people around you will start to feel like, well, you're not that different. They'll start to copy you, mimic you. They'll start to give other people advice on something that you do naturally. It's almost like they try to throw you out of the light that you're in. They try to make it seem like, oh, everybody does this thing. Oh, anybody can do that. You're not that different. And I spoke about it in a different video where people only like when you're different and you're unaware that you're different. Like, people don't really like when you know that you're different and you accept it and you thrive in your differences. So trust me, when you start to really embrace that, you're going to come across a few people who try to outdo you at being you, you're going to come across people who are upset that you're different. Like, at one point, you being different was the laugh, was the joke, was the kiki of the room. You being different was the reason they felt better about themselves. But now that you walk in that difference and you're confident in that difference and you're beautiful or handsome in that difference and you shine in that difference, now it's like, oh, you think you different now. You know what I mean?
Everybody wants to be authentic until they actually meet someone who is truly authentic, and then they fucking hate their guts. And that's because authenticity is not rewarded. It is actually punishable by society, because authentic people are just truly themselves. They're not trying to be like anybody else. They're not trying to be different. They're not trying to have outrageous opinions just to be different. Authentic people are just themselves. They are going to say what's on their mind. They're a little intense and quirky. They would rather confront the issues versus overthinking. And this is what society hates, because society has been indoctrinated into believing that authenticity should look, act, and behave a certain way. But authenticity does not have a sexual preference. It does not have a social status. And as someone who has been teaching people and coaching people on confidence, I can tell you right now that you cannot be a confident person if you are not an authentic person. And authentic people are just themselves. They have just refined who they already are, and they are in full acceptance of who they are. They're not worried about how they're coming off. And I think that this is one of the biggest issues I see in society, is that a lot of people are allowing so much harm to happen in real time because they're afraid of how they're going to appear in the world. And this is what makes you so disingenuous. This is what makes you a fake. This is what makes you a pretender, is that you're not truly being true to who you are. A lot of people are like worried about not confronting the issues that are happening in their relationships. They're not confronting, what's happening in the workplace. They're not confronting what's happening in the world. They can't even begin to see what's happening in the world because they're so afraid of how they're going to be perceived. And this is the worst thing that is happening in our society. And then what's so strange is that at the same time, everyone's trying to be authentic. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's just trying to have these, takes about life and spirituality and therapy. And then you're a fucking fake. You're a pretender, you're a phony. And then when you meet someone who is actually authentic, you're afraid because they can see right through your bullshit.
Now, let's clear this up real quick. If everybody likes you, you're probably editing yourself. Realness doesn't aim to be liked. It aims to be honest. And honesty naturally repels people who benefit from illusion. You also tend to make waves simply because you see clearly. You don't fall for stories that don't add up. You don't buy the performance. And when someone realizes they can't manipulate, impress, or confuse you, you become the problem. Not because you did anything wrong, but because clarity is dangerous to people who survive on confusion. And listen, being authentic isn't just triggering to others. It's triggering to you, too. Every time you silence yourself, every time you shrink a reaction, every time you stop yourself from expressing joy because someone might look at you funny, you're teaching yourself that freedom isn't safe. But it is. That urge to laugh too loud, dance in public, speak your truth, share your story, that's not you being too much. That's your inner self asking for room to breathe. And here's the part I really want you to hear. Your authenticity is bigger than you. It's not just about self-expression, it's about permission. When you show up fully, you quietly tell someone else, you can do this too. And yes, some people will resist that. Some will project, some will pull away. Let them, because the people meant to find you won't be threatened by your light. They'll recognize it. So if your presence shifts rooms, if your honesty makes people squirm, if your peace irritates chaos, you're not doing life wrong. You're just not pretending anymore.